Your mind is not the problem. The advice you have been given about calm. Breathe deeper, meditate more. Japan never believed that. And that one difference, what calm actually means, is why everything you have tried gave you temporary relief at best and a louder loop at worst. Think about your loop right now. The thought that keeps coming back. The thing you have been turning over for days or weeks, and it has not resolved. You have tried to stop it. You distracted yourself. You analyzed it until it became 3 thoughts. You journaled. You talked about it. You breathed through it. It came back. Not because you are bad at being calm. Because you were using the wrong definition of calm. Western culture taught you that a calm mind is a quiet mind. The goal is lower volume, fewer thoughts, slower thoughts, thoughts that don't spiral. So when the thoughts keep running, you interpret that as failure, as evidence that something in you cannot be fixed. That interpretation, not the thoughts, is where most of the suffering actually comes from. Mindfulness apps were not built for the kind of thinking that keeps you awake at night. They were built for brief windows of quiet. And they work for temporary stress, temporarily. But for the specific loop that has been running for months, the one that comes back the same way, the one you cannot think your way out of, brief windows of quiet are not the answer. They are a pause button on a record you cannot stop. Japan did not build a pause button. They built an entirely different relationship with the record. In the traditional Japanese tea ceremony, nothing is rushed. Nothing is decorated beyond what is necessary. The host moves slowly. The bowl is slightly imperfect. The room is small. The silence is not empty. It is full of something the participants do not name but all feel. The tea ceremony is not relaxation. It is training. Training in a specific relationship with the present moment. Not controlling it. Not optimizing it. Simply being inside it completely. The samurai called this fudoshin, the immovable mind. Not a mind that feels nothing. No. A mind that does not get swept away by what it feels. That difference. Feeling everything and being carried away by nothing. That is the architecture underneath all 7 rules. You already know how to do this. You have done it before. You just didn't have a name for it. Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in something. A task. A conversation. A walk, so absorbed that you looked up and an hour had passed. In that hour, your loop was not running, not because you stopped it, because your relationship with your own mind was different. You were fully inside something. That state has a Japanese name. We will get there. Rule 1, ma, the space between. Ma means the space between things. In Japanese aesthetics, the silence between musical notes is not an absence. It is part of the composition. The empty space in a painting is not unfilled. It is doing work. The thinking rule, your thoughts are not a continuous wall. Between every thought there is a gap. Ma. Most people never notice it because they are already beginning the next thought before the current one has ended. The practice. When you notice a thought, don't judge it. Don't continue it. Just notice that it will end. And in the moment it ends, let the gap be a gap. Don't fill it immediately. This is not meditation. It is a change in your relationship with your mind's natural rhythm. Rule 2. Mushin. No mind. Empty mind. Don't read that as a blank mind. Mushin is not emptiness. It is a mind that is not attached to any single thought. Water takes the shape of any container, but is attached to none of them. The thinking rule: you are not your thoughts. You are the thing that notices them. When you identify with a thought, when you believe that what you are thinking is what you are, the thought has power over you. When you observe a thought as something that arrived and will leave, it does not. Mushin is not achieved. It is noticed. Those moments when you were completely absorbed in something. That was Mushin. You were not your thoughts. You were what was happening. Rule 3, Wabi-Sabi, finding beauty in imperfection and impermanence, not despite them, because of them. The thinking rule: the loop running in your head, the thought that keeps returning. It keeps returning because something has not been accepted, not agreed with, not approved of. Accepted meaning this is real. The loop is your mind pointing at something you keep not looking at directly. Wabi-Sabi says impermanent things are more beautiful, not less, because they do not stay. The thought you are resisting, look at it directly. It will not stop. The resistance is what makes it feel permanent. Rule 4, Shogunai. It cannot be helped. What is, is. This is not resignation. Do not confuse acceptance with defeat. Shogunai is the exact opposite of rumination. Rumination is the mind returning to something it cannot change and attempting to change it through thinking. Shogunai is the recognition that this thing happened completely, fully, irreversibly, and no amount of thinking will alter what already occurred. The thinking rule: draw a line at this moment. What happened before this line happened? What happens after this line is being decided right now. Put your mind's energy only on what is after the line. Rule 5, Zanshin, remaining mind. In archery, after the arrow leaves the bow, the archer does not relax. The posture is maintained. The awareness continues past the action. Zanshin is that state, relaxed alertness, that does not collapse when the immediate task ends. The thinking rule: most anxiety lives in the gaps between tasks. When you have finished something and have not yet started the next thing, that unstructured space is where the loop comes back loudest. Zanshin means maintaining the quality of awareness through transitions, not thinking more. Being present in the moment when the mind would otherwise scatter. Rule 6, Fudoshin, immovable mind. Not a mind that feels nothing. No, a mind that does not get swept away by what it feels. That difference is everything. Fudoshin is not emotional suppression. It is emotional groundedness. The feeling arrives. The feeling is real. You feel it completely, and you do not become it. You are the ground the feeling stands on, not the feeling itself. The thinking rule: when an emotion comes, name it. Don't describe it. Name it. This is anxiety. This is grief. This is shame. Naming creates a small distance between you and the experience. That fraction of distance is Fudoshin. That is all it takes. Rule 7, Shoshin, beginner's mind. Shunryu Suzuki wrote, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." The expert's mind is closed. It already knows what this thought means, already knows what this feeling indicates, already knows what the loop is about. It interprets every new experience through the layer of previous conclusions. The beginner's mind approaches every thought as if it has never seen it before, even a thought that has come back 1,000 times. The thinking rule: Your loop comes back because you meet it with an expert's mind. You already know what it is, what it means, what it says about you. Shoshin asks, what if you didn't? What if, this time, you met it without already knowing what it will say, without interpreting it before it finishes speaking? What if this loop has been trying to tell you something, and you have never let it finish? Your calm will not come from stopping this thought. It will come from finally being willing to hear it out. You were told that a calm mind is a quiet mind, that the goal is fewer thoughts. Japan built an entirely different understanding. A calm mind is not a quiet mind. It is a mind with a different agreement with the fact that thoughts exist. A mind that does not fight them, that does not become them, that does not demand they stop. These 7 rules are not techniques you apply when you remember to. They are a different relationship with the reality that you think. Your mind is not broken. The contract you were handed was broken. The one that said a loud mind is a damaged mind. That a loop means something is wrong with you. That calm people don't think like this. None of that was true. You are not someone who cannot be calm. You are someone who was given the wrong definition of calm. That definition just changed.